Hello students, today we are going to talk about one important topic of mathematics world, that is function. In the previous lesson we discussed about relations, domain, range, codomain of a relation. Now today we will see what is meant by function, the mathematical meaning of function. So function is a special type of relation. Function is a special type of relation. So let us see the definition of function. A relation f from a set A to a set B is said to be a function if every element of set A has one and only one image in set B. Every element of set A has one and only one image in set B means unique image in set B. So let us take some examples of relations and check whether these relations are functions or not. Okay. So see the first one, here it is a relation from A to B. Now we have to check whether it is a function or not. What is the condition for a relation to be a function? So every element of the set A, has an image in B and a unique image in B. Every element, सारे एलिमेंट A का सारे एलिमेंट का इमेज होना चाहिए और केवल एक इमेज. ओके, सो हियर इन द सेट A all the elements 1 2 3 4 has image in the set B. The image of 1 is A, image of 2 is C, and the image of 3 is B, and the image of 4 is D. So every element of the set A has a unique image in the set B. So it is a function. This relation is a function. This one is a function. Okay, every element of the set A has one and only one image in set B, so it is a function. Now come to this relation, whether the relation from A to B, it is the arrow diagram for this relation A to B. So whether the relation from A to B is a function or not. So what is the condition for a relation to be a function? Every element of this set A has one and only one image in set B. Now check. 1. The image of 1 is A. Only one image is there for A. The image of 2 is A. 2 is also having only one image. And the image of 3 is C. Image of 4 is D. That means every element of the set A has image in the set B and a unique image. Here 1 and 2 are having the same image, that doesn't matter. So every element has image and a unique image. So it is also a function. It is a function. Here B is not related to any of these elements, that doesn't matter. What is the condition? Every element of A has an image and a unique image. Okay. Now let's move on to number 3. Example number 3. Now check whether this relation is a function or not. Okay. Here the set A contains the elements 1, 2, 3, 4 and set B contains the element A, B, C, D, E. Now the image of 1 is A, image of 2 is B as well as C. That means this element 2 has two distinct images. So this relation is not a function, because what is the condition for a relation to be a function? Every element of the set A has a image in set B and must be a unique image. So here the element 2 has two distinct images. So this relation is not a function. It is not a function. Okay. Now let's move on to number 4. Here 1 has the image A and the image of 2 is B and the image of 3 is C. But there is no arrow drawn from the element 4. That means there is no image of the element 4 in the set B. So the element 4 has no image in the set B. So this is not a function. It is not a function, because what is the condition for a relation to be a function? Every element of the set A has a unique image in set B. Here the element 4 does not has any image in set B, so it is not a function. So once again, what is the definition of a function? A relation f. Now if it is a function, then we will denote the relation by f. So a relation f from a set A to a set B is said to be a function if every element of set A has one and only one image in set B. So that is why this relation is a function and this one is also a function, but these two relations are not functions. Okay. Now let us take one more example to understand the concept of function. This is a real life example. Okay. Now let us consider two sets A and B. A is the set of children and B is the set of women. A contains the elements Aman, Divya, Ali, David, Rahul, and B contains the elements Sita, Aisha, Mary, Geeta, Ruby. Now I am going to define a relation R from A to B, set A to B. R is equals to x comma y such that x is child of y. X belongs to A, y belongs to B. Okay. This is the relation, x is child of y. Here R is relation from A to B and x is child of y. Now suppose Aman is child of Sita, Divya is child of Sita, Ali is child of Aisha, and David is child of Mary, and Rahul is child of Geeta. You see, every children here is child of some women here. Okay, and every child has a unique mother in this set. So every child is related to only one mother here. That means x is child of y here. So Aman is child of Sita, Divya is also child of Sita. That doesn't matter. Here every child has only one mother. That we all know that every child has only one mother. So this is the real life example for a function. Here every element of the set A has only one image in set B. So this relation is a function. This relation is a function. Now comes to the domain and range of this relation. Okay, this relation is a function, so it has domain and range. So if it is a function, we will denote a function f from A to B. If function f from A to B is denoted by f, then the symbol of colon, then A arrow B. Its meaning is f is a function from A to B. Now what is the domain of this function? Domain of this function is the set A, because every element has image in set B. And what is the range? Range means the images, set of images. Sita, Aisha, Mary, Geeta all belongs to the range of this function. And what is the codomain of this set? The whole set B is called codomain. Here A is the domain, and B is the codomain. Okay. And what is range? And that we know that range is a subset of codomain, as same as the definition of relation. Okay. Now we will talk about some important points regarding this function. If f is a function from A to B, it is denoted by f colon A then arrow B. F is a function from A to B and x comma y belongs to f. X comma y belongs to f, then we write f of x is equals to y. F of x is equals to y means y is the image of x under the function f, and x is the pre-image of y. Okay. So if x comma y belongs to f, then we will write f of x is equals to y. That means y is the image of the function of x under the function f. Clear? Then Next, if f is a function from a to b, I already told you a is the domain, yeah, a is domain and b is codomain. Okay, and what is range? Range is the subset of codomain. Range is subset of codomain. Now you note one point, that every function is a relation. Every function is a relation, but all relations are not functions. Clear? Every function is a relation. Now there are two relations given in roster form. Now how to check? What is the question? Examine whether the following relations are functions or not. Then if the relations are given in roster form, then how to check whether these relations are functions or not? So what is the condition for a function? Every element of the domain has one and only one image. So here you see the first elements. If the first elements are repeated, then the relation is not a function. So here the first elements are 2, 3, 4. That means every first elements are distinct. That means every element has a unique image in this relation. So this relation is a function. So it is a function. Now come to the second number. Here the relation is 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4. Now you see here the first elements of the ordered pairs are repeated. In the ordered pair 2, 3 and 2, 4, the first elements are repeated. That means the element 2 has two distinct images. The element 2 has two different images. So it is not a function. So this relation is not a function. Clear? Not a function. So if the relations are given in this roster form, then how to check whether it is a function or not? We have to see the ordered pairs. So if the first elements of the ordered pairs are repeated, that means it is not a function then. Okay. Actually this function is like a machine. Okay. Here if we give some input to this function, then we are going to get a unique output. Okay. It is like a machine. So what is this input represents? The set of all permissible inputs. Set of all permissible inputs is called the domain of the function. The set of all permissible inputs is called the domain of the function, and the set of all outputs, set of all outputs is called the range of the function. Clear? That means function acts like a machine. So suppose I am going to take a function f of x is equals to x square. X square. Now this x square acts like a machine. If we are going to give some input, then it will definitely give a unique output. So suppose I am giving here input 1, -1, 0, 2, -2. Okay. So what are the possible inputs? We will see. Function is taken as fx is equals to x square. Here the machine is fx is equals to x square. So if we put x is equals to 0, then we will get f of 0. So it will be 0. If we put x is equals to 1, we will get, that is 1 square, that is 1. If we take x is equals to -1, then it will be -1 square. So it is again 1. If we put x is equals to 2, like that, it is 2 square, then 4, that is f of -2, then -2 square, that is again 4. That means every input we are taken here has a unique output. That means it is like a machine, and the machine will process for some time and gives an unique output. Okay. So here some elements of the domain of this function are taken, some elements, but this function is defined for every real number. We can find the square of every real number. So it is the function x square. So we can find the square of every real number here. So the domain of this function is set of real numbers. Okay, R is the set of real numbers. Now what about the outputs? That means set of all outputs is called the range. Okay, so what about the outputs? Here the outputs are, we know that the square of a real number is always non-negative. The square of a real number is always non-negative. You see here, there is no negative real number. That means if we take domain as set of real numbers, then we are going to get the range of this function as closed interval. Here we will take closed interval 0 comma infinity. The images of all the elements of the domain are greater than equal to 0. Clear? So we will write it as in the form of interval, that is closed 0 then open in infinity. It is open bracket, it is closed bracket. It is the range of this function. Okay. Now let's see what is mean by real valued function. Real valued function. If the range of a function is either the set of real numbers or one of its subsets, then we say that the function is real valued function. If the range of a function is either R, set of real numbers, or one of its subsets, then we say that the function is a real valued function. Now see what is mean by real function. Real function. Okay, if both the domain and range, of a function is either R means set of real numbers, or one of its subsets. So what is real function? If both the domain and range of a function is either set of real number or one of its subsets, then it is called a real function. So let us take some examples. A function f from R to R, it is also a real function because here the codomain is set of real numbers. So we are going to get the range as subset or the same set of real numbers, and the domain is also set of real numbers. If the function is f from n to r, it is also a real function. Function f from n to n, it is also a real function because all here the domain and range are either set of real numbers or one of its subsets. So like this, these functions are real functions. So in this lesson we are going to deal with only real functions. Now let's see some functions and their graphs. Some standard functions are there in this mathematics, so we will see that one by one. So first one is identity function. Identity function. It is a function f from R to R. R to R means here set of real number is the domain and set of real number is the codomain. So defined by fx is equals to x. Identity function means here the element x is taken as the element of the domain, then the image of x is also x. So this function is called identity function. So what is the domain of this function? Domain is set of real numbers, and what is range? Range of this function is also set of real numbers, and codomain is also set of real numbers. Here identity means, suppose if I am going to take 1, x is equals to 1, then it will be 1. The image of 1 is 1, and the image of 2 is also 2, image of 0 is 0, image of minus 1 is minus 1, like that. Okay. Now we will draw the graph of this function. How to draw the graph of this function? This is x-axis, then y-axis. Now we have to take points. So if we take x is equals to 0, then we will get f of x is equals to 0. That means here this can also be written as y is equals to x, as we will write fx is equals to y. A function is generally in this form, fx is equals to y, or we can write y is equals to x. So it is a straight line passing through the origin. So if x is equals to 0, then y is also equals to 0. First mark the points. Okay. If x is equals to 0, y is also 0. If x is equals to 1, then y is 1. X is equals to 2, y is 2. If x is minus 1, then y is minus 1. That is fx is minus 1. Okay. If x is minus 2, then y is also minus 2. So it is a straight line passing through the origin. It is a straight line passing through the origin. So this line represents y is equals to x, or it can also be written as fx is equals to x. Fx is nothing but y. Okay. So this is the graph of this function. It is a straight line passing through the origin. Clear? Now let's see the next function, that is the constant function. That is the constant function. Constant function. Function f from R to R defined by fx is equals to some constant c. Here the domain of the function is set of real numbers, and what about the range? Here the name of the function is constant function. That means the image is constant. Here c is some constant. Okay. C is some constant. C belongs to R. C is also a real number. Fx is equal to c. That means the image of x is c. Whatever may be the value of x, the image is c. So the range of this function is the constant c, the set containing the element c. Now we will see the graph of this function. Suppose I am going to take fx is equals to 3. Here the constant is 3. So what is the range of this function? Range of this function is the set containing the element 3. Okay. Here the function is taken as fx is equals to 3. That means the value of c is 3. Now we will draw the graph of this function, or it can also be written as y is equals to 3. So how will you draw the graph of y is equal to 3? If we take any value of x, then we are going to get y is equals to 3. So it is a line parallel to x-axis and it lies above the x-axis. So it is y equal to 3. It is 1, 2, 3. So it is a line parallel to x-axis and it lies above x-axis. If this value is negative, then it will lies below the x-axis. Okay. Now let's move on to the third function, that is polynomial function. Polynomial function. So what is meant by polynomial, that you know, that you studied in the lower classes. So here it is also a function f from R to R. The domain of this function is set of real numbers and the codomain is also set of real numbers. So it is defined by a polynomial. Fx is equals to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube plus dot 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 an x power n, where n is a whole number. N is a whole number, that you know the exponent of the variable in a polynomial must be a whole number, and a0, a1, a2 all are real numbers, an all are real numbers, are the coefficients of the terms there. So this fx is a polynomial function. If fx is a polynomial, that means here the expression must be a polynomial. When it will be a polynomial? If the exponent of the variable is a whole number, or we can say that non-negative integer. Non-negative integer. If n is a non-negative integer. So let us take some examples. So here f of x is equals to x square. It is a polynomial, quadratic polynomial. Fx is equals to 2x plus 3. It is a linear polynomial. Similarly, fx is equals to x cube minus 2x square plus 5x plus 7. It is also a polynomial, cubic polynomial. So all these are examples of polynomial functions. Now let us try to draw the graph of any one of these. Let us take fx is equals to x square. Okay. Now we have to take points first. Fx is equals to x square. First mark the points. If we take here fx is equals to x square, so if we take x is equals to 0, we are going to get the output 0. So the point will be 0 comma 0. X f of x, if we take 0 we will get 0. If we take 1, x is equals to 1, we will get 1. If it is minus 1, then we are going to get 1 again. Minus 1 square is again 1. If it is 2, then it will be 4. If it is minus 2, it is again 4. Okay. So mark the points 0, 0. Then for 1 it is 1, 1. This is 1 comma 1 and this is minus 1 comma 1. And this one is 2 comma 4 and this is minus 2 comma 4. So minus 2 comma 4. Now connect the points to draw the graph. So this is the graph of the function fx is equals to x square. This is the graph of the function fx is equals to x square, or we can also write y is equals to x square. Now let's move on to the next type, that is rational function. So a function of the type fx is equals to h of x divided by g of x. H of x divided by g of x, where this hx and gx are polynomials. Hx and gx and are polynomials in x, defined in the domain where g of x is not equals to 0. You know rational number, a number of the form p by q where q is not equal to 0, denominator is not equal to 0, like that. It is a rational function of the form h of x divided by g of x, numerator divided by denominator, where both numerator and denominator are polynomials in x, and the denominator polynomial, that is g of x, should not be equals to 0. Let us take some examples. Example number 1, f of x is equals to 1 by x. What about this f of x is equals to 1 by x? It is a rational function, but what is the domain of this function? I told you what is meant by domain, the set of all permissible inputs. That means the values of x for which this function is meaningful, this function is defined. So here this function will be defined if x is not equal to 0. What about if x is equal to 0? If x is equal to 0, we will get 1 by 0. So it will be not defined. So this function will not give any output if we take x is equals to 0. So what is the domain of this function? We have to take the domain as R minus the set containing the element 0. So domain of this function is set of real numbers minus the set containing the element 0. That means this function is defined everywhere, for every real number, but not for x is equals to 0. So the domain of the function is R minus 0. Now let's take example number 2. Fx is equals to x plus 2 divided by x minus 3. It is again a rational function because here the numerator is x plus 2, which is a polynomial, and x minus 3 is also a polynomial. So what is the domain of this function? Here this function is defined for every real number except for x minus 3 is equal to 0. If x minus 3 is equal to 0, this function is not defined. That means for the domain of this function, x minus 3 should not be equals to 0. So that means x is not equal to 3. So what is the domain of this function? Domain of this function is set of real numbers minus the set containing the element 3. Okay. This is how we have to find the domain of rational functions. Clear? So students, that's all for today. We will continue with this some functions and their graphs in the next class. Till then, bye bye. Thank you very much.